Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and we're going to start here. Circle and SBI Holdings are joining forces to boost USDC circulation and transform the financial landscape in Japan with USDC and Web3 services. The partnership signifies a major leap in digital asset innovation and strategic expansion for USDC in Asia. I can already, well, first, before I show you this, and before I go on, I want to remind everybody that the Link2 platform has been selling Circle shares of private equity. It might be as a result of this news, I think they sold out of Circle shares, but I think that I don't know, but I think they may be getting more or can get more Circle shares. So check in at link2.com on that, and I would imagine they're going to be loading up if they can here shortly as a result of this news. The second part of this that I'm sure we're about to hear, oh, this competes with XRP. Oh no. Well, we'll address that too. But first, I want to address something that a lot of you don't know, and you may have heard this in the past, but I want to make sure everybody's aware. The first thing is that SBI out of Japan, SBI Holdings owns, now I've heard anything from 11% to 20%. Here, Bank XRP, who I did meet, he was anonymous, but I did meet him at the proper party. He was one of the people that I was most thrilled to meet because he is an official OG in the XRP community. SBI owns 20% of the shares of Ripple in the United States of America, and also has emerging company SBI Ripple Asia with Ripple in May, owns 20 or 60% of SBI Ripple Asia. Okay, but here's one other thing that you want to know. This is from this a long time ago. We were covering this, March 2018. This is from the Rothschild Fund, right here. SBI owns 8.7% stake in Ripple's XRP. So apparently, this is the only place we've ever seen this, I believe, they have an 8.7% stake. Now, to address oh no, USDC is going to compete with XRP. Well, first, you got one huge problem. I don't want to own USDC. The only time I want to own USDC is if I want to just have my money sitting there to not lose money. But I want to get mega wealthy, like probably most of you. And so I own XRP because I think XRP has the upside. We know for a fact that USDC does not have any upside because it's a stable coin. The whole idea of a stable coin is to be stable, so it's not going up, right? But that's not how I wanted to show you it's not going to compete. This is XRP isn't competing with stable coins, says a Ripple exec. This is what is her name? I'm going to tell you her name in a minute. Her name is Emi Yoshikawa. I met her when I was in Singapore. Very nice Japanese lady. She's very quiet. I would say use the word meek, but very nice. This is what she said. There are various types of crypto assets, but I think that the role of XRP as a bridge asset in international settlement and is not competing with stablecoins or CBDC, but on the contrary, it's complementary. We believe that various stablecoins and CBDCs will create a synergy by responding to the liquidity problem by bridging independent crypto assets. XRP the bridge. Look, check this out. This is in Times Square. That really hits home, doesn't it, when you see the Ripple logo? And just by coincidence, Link2.com just happens to have Ripple private equity too, if this excites you about something like that. Okay, here's Senator Cynthia Loomis, who is still, all she can talk about is Bitcoin.
Cash will continue to be short money, and that Bitcoin will be more prevalent as long money. So people who have a time preference that allows them to wait and save and be patient will benefit by using Bitcoin, and people that are engaged in activities that require instant gratification will be more involved in fiat currency. Now, how that will play in the bigger financial markets, U.S. Treasuries, stocks, and non-government bond markets, fixed income markets. I don't know. I also wonder how it's going to play within the reserve funds of the world. You know, the U.S. dollar is the reserve currency. But, you know, with the rise of China and the yuan and other currencies that want to compete for a role within the reserve currencies of the world, with the potential for oil to be sold and bought, denominated not in U.S. dollars but in other currencies, really may change what constitutes the world reserve currency. We may go to a basket of currencies as the world reserve currency. And if that happens, I am absolutely certain that Bitcoin will be among them, and perhaps dominant among them. So these are times of great disruption as we move from the industrial age to the information age. And these kind of disruptions are going to happen, I think, more quickly than people my age like to realize, because we're just starting to grasp what this is all about. And, you know, sometimes when you can't grasp it, you just think, well, hopefully I won't be around when this becomes ubiquitous part of our everyday life. I think that even people my age are going to live to see the day when this is a ubiquitous part of everyday life.
Okay, now this guy right here, my antenna is now going up, folks, officially. The official antenna of the digital asset investor is now going up. This guy, Vivek Ramaswamy, whatever, he says all the right things, almost too perfect, if you know what I mean. It's almost like he took a textbook. It's almost like he took words that successful politicians of the past have used and copied them and built his character around them. He's saying all the right things. And I played a video in my member group at daixrp.com where you can hear him almost word for word, not once, but about 15 times, repeating the words of prior successful politicians. So my antenna's up on this guy now. And now all of a sudden he's saying all the right stuff with Bitcoin and Ethereum.
And so, yes, I think I am the most pro-Bitcoin and pro-crypto candidate who's existed in American history. And I say that with a sense of pride. I'm told that I was the first Republican. They have these financial disclosures you put up if you're a presidential candidate that are required. Apparently among the financial disclosures, I think I'm the first presidential candidate ever to own Bitcoin or crypto. So I think that's...
Well, I hope you don't own any crypto. You haven't got any shitcoins, have you?
I owned Bitcoin and Ethereum as of the time of the...
Vague, you're a shitcoiner. Come on, man.
Okay, you guys are purists.
Right, listen, you got to take that Ethereum, trade it for Bitcoin.
Well, I don't trade my account anymore because I'm running for president. It's independently managed.
Also, first Republican presidential candidate to accept Lightning donations.
Yes, we do.
Via Bitcoin, the layer 2. So that was a big move as well.
At this point, when I hear anybody who's obviously very intelligent say Bitcoin and Ethereum, I'm immediately suspicious because I know how much of a narrative that has been by many bad guys in this space. The second I hear that and no mention of the things that actually make sense, like an XRP or an XLM, I'm automatically suspicious at this point, because I've seen all of the bad guys that are around that group that say the same thing. Now check this out.
To kick things off, one of the things, as I mentioned, is at Coalition Greenwich, we conduct industry research, which includes the annual institutional adoption study by Fidelity, but also most recently a report that we just released in partnership with Amber Data that we're very excited to talk about briefly. If you have a chance, you can go to Amber Data's booth. You can scan the QR code and get a download of that report. There's a nifty way to do that, so please go see Amber Data if you can. One of the things that we've noticed through that research is just the growing seriousness about institutions and their approach to digital assets. The representation of that is putting people, actual persons, not necessarily wallets or assets, but people into seats. And so now about 25% of asset managers and hedge funds have a dedicated person whose role is specifically focused on digital assets, which we think is a really good indicator of kind of institutional focus and adoption in one segment of the institutional marketplace, which is managers. And I should mention, as we think about, to kick things off, one of the things is
and then you got to see this. I love these guys, Black Swan Capitalist. Give this guy a follow at Versan. I don't know how to say his name. At VERSANALJARRAH. These guys are smart. They understand the gold thing. They understand where we are here, folks. They get it. And this guy apparently gets it too. Watch this.
The Bank of International Settlements covered the last of their bets against a rising gold price. Look, there's only one reason gold is carving out a higher stair-step to rally from in 2024. Every other global central bank, both Western and the entire global South, have been openly on record as well as surreptitiously off record buying physical gold. And this leads to just one conclusion. Global central banks are accruing physical gold so they can revalue this gold at close to the market price. And when any one of these central banks commences this process, it will trigger every other central bank to synchronize. And as soon as this happens, the Fed will have basically one of two options. Either they admit they've sold title to the Treasury gold to multiple parties. Well, clearly that's not an option. Or they're going to have to move to revalue this 831 tons of rehypothecated positions in sync with global central banks so as to avert what would be a foreign exchange imbalance. Bear in mind that gold's a foreign exchange cross. So it would create an FX imbalance, which would trigger multiple repatriation requests from other central banks requiring their undervalued gold to be returned for jurisdictional revaluation purposes.
Yeah. I just got from Miles Franklin, my sponsor, code DAI Gold. If you want to go there, give them a call, or you can email them, but give them DAI Gold. I just got, this past week, I received my gold buffalo that I ordered, a 1 ounce gold buffalo bullion. That's how I roll, is gold bullion. That's my thing. But I'm a big believer in physical gold. You can, and look, I think you should, the crazy thing, and actually to me it's kind of a tell, the crazy thing about the whole drop gold campaign and Bitcoin's the new gold, to me, my question has always been, why is somebody not saying own both? Why? All the Bitcoin maxis, it's like, oh, that's Bitcoin. Why are none of those Bitcoin maxis saying, no, you should own both? That's an obvious intellectually dishonest thing that they're doing, which tells me that they're up to no good, that it's a distraction, and that has never made sense to me. Now, this makes sense. John Deaton gets it. This guy says we need to confront the fact that our elected officials are captured and not acting in our best interest. We want education, housing, immigration fixed. They have failed us on these very simple tasks. And he goes on and on and on. And John Deaton says, although the fixes to some of these problems may not be so easy, Jason's 100% on target here. But I must add, It's not only the elected officials who are captured, but also the transient unelected bureaucrats. Think Gary Gensler, posing as regulators, who've sold out to the highest bidder. Folks, in my member group today, I'm going to spell it all out for you, what John Deaton's talking about. Go to daixrp.com, and I'll put it this way. 2024 is coming. You need to brace yourselves. You need to brace yourselves for impact. And I believe that means impact in good ways and in bad ways. I believe, the video, the stuff I'm going to show you today, if you've been in the group, it might not, but if you haven't seen this stuff, it should blow your mind. And in the second that you intellectually accept the truth of the state of our world and of our country here in the U.S., you will brace yourself, because the things coming, there are evil forces here, major evil forces, and the people involved are capable of, we've seen it, and I'm going to lay it out, they're capable of anything. Law, that doesn't mean anything to them because it doesn't apply to them. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family. daixrp.com. We're going to tell you the truth of what's coming today.